Hello, everyone. My name's Alex, and I'm back in snowy Cleveland. Thank you guys for joining us for our Tuesday live stream. Hope you guys had a great Christmas. Linda, how was your Christmas?
That Christmas was spectacular.
Oh, good. Glad
Mostly because you were here,
I was here.
and that was really fun.
Yeah, yeah, it was a good Christmas, and I've already gotten emails from some of you about the live stream last week where we had our little interview. So I don't know, people love it, and I do too. It's fun to ask questions and see what you say. So, well, I hope everyone had a great Christmas, and hope you have a great New Year. We have a few things we're going to talk about today, mostly having to do with So Confident, because you just have a couple days left to get this free pattern, which is the Vale coat. Linda's going to talk about that, show off some fabrics that we have behind the wall that are promoting for the Vale kit for December. So it's exciting. So we have a project happening now, which is the Veil Coat, the free pattern you get if you join in December. And then we have a project coming up. So January is looming. What is the first day of January? Is it Thursday? Yeah, Thursday, New Year's Day. So that is when our free pattern comes out, which is the on day. And Linda, you're wearing that.
I am
Hmm. Awesome.
one of my
I'm
favorites.
I'm also wearing a So Confident project from the year this year. So I'm wearing my Bristol. Gotta love a Bristol sweatshirt. I want to show you guys also something I made this week at home. I have been talking about this, I think I said it publicly on a live stream, but also just amongst the staff. I have been wanting to make a Provence market tote for some time using our favorite fabric in the store. We all love it. And so I just wanted to show you guys a great post holiday sew. It took me about 2 hours, and that includes taping the pattern together. So I was kind of old school, I guess you could say. I wasn't in the office, and so I just printed out the pattern at home. It was about 25 pages, taped it all together, cut out the pieces, cut out the fabric, sewed it up in 2 hours. So if it, truly, if this weekend finds you in a place of some extra time and some extra rest, as we hope it does, then I would highly recommend getting the Provence Market tote. So let me show you guys my pictures. I did actually give it as a gift, so I don't have it with me. So I went to a birthday party last night and gave this to one of my dear friends. So this is our Provence Market tote bag. It is in our sale category this week, so you can shop this tote. Maybe you already have it, but it's just a great, easy, quick sew. The obviously the fabric here is our tapestry fabric. We have this in two colorways. This is the magenta colorway. We also have it in black and white. And it's just I think there are maybe 4 pattern pieces, including the straps. You can use webbing or some kind of fun strap, but you could also just make the strap with the fabric, which is what I did. So here are the two colorways. This is also in our sale category. So this is, again, the Provence Market Tote in these wonderful cotton tapestry fabrics. Highly recommend if you want just a quick sew. So those are in our sale category this week. And you can shop the pattern and the fabrics and whip one up, give it away if you want, or just keep it for yourself.
Hey, Alex, it is. We do have it in two colorways, but it's almost like four because you can see from the screen that the fuchsia one, or whatever we call it, magenta, I guess, there's a dark background side and a light background side. So you can use either side that you want because both are exactly the same in terms of weave, but the colorway is different. So
Yeah.
four colors.
Yeah.
Or mix them. There's a panel on that bag that is kind of an odd trapezoidal shape that creates that fullness at the bottom. And, you can make that panel in the opposite colorway on the back side or the other side, put it that way.
I thought this bag went really nicely with my house. So I
It
was
does.
kind of bummed to give it away, but I'll just have to make another one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's get to our topic today. So we're really highlighting our So Confident projects. So Linda's going to go through the Vale coat pattern, show off those fabrics, and then go through our 2026 program. We have a video on YouTube that's called Let's Talk About So Confident Memberships. I think it runs about 20 minutes and it gives you the full details of So Confident membership. We're going to post a link to that video in the chat so that you guys can watch that. And if you missed it, we did show it on a live stream a couple weeks ago, but that video is always there for you to reference if you want to just get to know the membership a little bit. The great thing about So Confident membership is you can join any time of the year, but with our December promotion, you're getting a Vale coat pattern that is free when you join in the month of December. It's not any other time of year. So I know we've gotten a lot of signups already, and so it's just a couple days until December ends. And so if you want the coat pattern, you can grab your membership in either Savvy or Elite. So we have 3 membership tiers, as you might have heard: Basic, Savvy, and Elite. And if you're an existing So Confident member, you can use your discount code. Linda, I'm going to go ahead and mute you maybe. You can use your discount code and get 10% off Elite membership, which is our yearly membership. So again, the promotion for this month for the next 2 days is the Vale coat. So this is a free pattern, no strings attached, completely on us. You can sign up for Savvy or Elite, and the files for your Vale coat are in the course page. You just download the Vale coat pattern files and they are yours. So if you are a Savvy and Elite member, this is also a reminder to go ahead and download your Vale coat pattern files because they will go away in January. So again, the great thing about our memberships is that you can join any time of the year. So a new pattern will magically show up in your account in January, and that pattern is the on day. So download your Vale coat free pattern, and that's what you're getting for December. So Linda, do you want to talk a little bit about the Vale coat while we're on this slide and show us the pattern and show us a little bit about some of the fabrics that are behind you?
I do want to do that. Okay, let me give you the history of the Vale coat. So back when I bought the sewing workshop in 1990, I think it was, in San Francisco, we had one pattern, and it was this coat pattern that we're calling the Vale coat. And it was long before we knew anything about printing and formatting and putting it in a nice envelope and all that stuff. So when class would go on, there would be an assistant in the classroom who was hand copying this pattern. I think about that now and think, oh my gosh, that was another lifetime, it seems like. But at the time, I think we called it the cocoon coat. So if you're an old, or I shouldn't say old, a former sewing workshop San Francisco customer, you might have it as the cocoon coat because that's what we called it until very recently, actually. But it's never been a full-on pattern. We've never really produced it as a pattern, but we've had it all this time. And one day, Betsy and I were in the vault, and I don't know whether Betsy sort of discovered it or I pulled it out. I can't really remember that. Maybe Betsy remembers. But, Betsy's a tiny thing. And she put it on, and she put on the only size that we have, which is what kind of one size fits all. It's generous. And she loved it just like it was. So I think we even somewhere have a picture of Betsy in the coat because it's very long on her and she loves it. So it was originally made up in black knit, jersey knit, kind of a light ponte, and with ribbing at the cuffs and the collar. Well, we got it out, thought it'd make a great giveaway for So Confident. So Alex is right. It's very important that you download it before midnight on Wednesday because it's going to go away after that, and it's not going to be a pattern, and it's not going to be something you can get your hands on. So if you have joined So Confident or are going to join So Confident in the next couple of days, which I suggest that you do, then you will have the Vale coat pattern, but immediately download it so that you have it, because we're not going to be able to give it to you after that. It was renamed thanks to Betsy, which maybe Betsy can explain why it's called the Vale coat.
We're putting you on the spot, Betsy. I actually don't know.
Okay. Here's the thing. And excuse my hair, I went to bed with it wet, not realizing I was going to be on live, so it's a big fluff today. Yeah. So it reminded me of Kim Basinger's character in Batman in the 90s, Vicky Vale, who wore all of these really beautiful, like oversized coats and skirts, and she looked amazing. And that's why I thought it should be the Vale coat, because it makes me think of Kim Basinger as Vicky Vale.
I think that's a great reference. I didn't see that, don't know anything about it, but I like it as a name anyway. So, and it does, we kind of have this word cocoon kind of running around with 2 or 3 other patterns as well. So this really does distinguish it into its own thing. We did a couple of things to it. So if you do have the original pattern, you may want to listen up. We have narrowed this a little bit, so it's not quite as wide. It's still quite generous, but we did narrow it. That's really the only thing we did. Here it is on Erin in a brown colorway, but I'm going to show you some other colorways on the wall. Do we have the picture of Betsy? Maybe not.
I did post that on social media, I believe, yesterday. So
yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that was cute. Yeah. Okay, so that's kind of the history of the Vale coat, and I really like it for particularly a certain time of year and a time of wearing it, kind of event. Like if I'm going to go out to dinner and I'm going to walk from the car to the restaurant, I'm going to wear a coat like that because I don't need to be terribly warm. Of course, it depends on what you make it out of. Erin made a shorter one out of a kind of a woolly fabric, and it works really great in a woven. So it doesn't need to be in a knit necessarily, although we are staying with the original concept of it and promoting kits that are knit. So let me show you the coat. Here's the brown one that Erin had on. And you can see that the ribbing is used for a oversized cuff and the collar. There are side seam pockets that are sewn to the outside so they're not loose and flopping on the inside of the coat, which I like very much. There are no closures. There can be. There's certainly enough room to overlap it and put some buttons or a zipper or whatever you want to do. But we've left it unbuttoned at this point. There is a little bit of interfacing on the interior facing. That again is kind of optional depending on your fabric. But it's a real simple, easy to make, quick coat to make a great New Year's Eve coat. And you might have time to make it. You really might, particularly if you download it like at noon Central Time today. You can probably have it done by tonight. So there's the black one, or excuse me, the brown one. This is the original black one. And you can see how generous this one is versus, well, I don't have the right one in front of the other one to make you see that. This is about how much we've narrowed it from the original. Quite a bit, actually, but it's still quite generous. I can't imagine that anybody would make it bigger. You might want to make it smaller. And if you do that, you want to fold out the pattern from about the center of the shoulder all the way down, front and back, and you'll get a narrower coat. Now this is the shorter one that Erin made out of a woven. This beautiful tweed with black trim. And I believe we have one more of these kits. Deb's probably going to tell me I'm wrong, but somehow I think that. But you can see it's a lot. Do we have one more of these? Yeah, one more. Okay, but you can see how much shorter it is. It makes it a little bit like the Chateau coat, which we have. Even the Deja Vu, which is kind of a wrap, short coat. So, but it's simpler to make, particularly in the pocket area. So that is the Vale coat. So remember to download it if you have it. And if you buy So Confident before Wednesday at midnight, you will get it. Download it immediately. And of course, you can buy So Confident after that. But the Vale coat is the promotion until the end of December. Now, this kind of reminded me of something that I don't think Alex knows about. Remember this, Alex?
Oh, yes.
Here's another long coat that I made for Alex that for some reason she left here, which I'm thrilled about because I get to wear it. But I'm crazy about it, really. This is the Chicago jacket, lengthened, also in a jersey knit. So it has this great pocket that you can see the outline of here. It has a seam here, a dart here, and a very interesting shoulder construction where there's no real set-in sleeve. It's inset into a couple of diagonal seams. It's a very interesting, that happens again on the Onday, which I have on. But very simple to make, simple to hem, just turn it up, stitch it. The edges can be raw on the inside or not, either one. So it reminded me of that. And then Erin remembered that I'd made a short one as well. So if you're not that crazy about the Vale coat, you can do the Chicago and lengthen it and have a very similar look. I'm a little wonky on the hanger here. But you could do the same cuff in ribbing, or you could do the collar in ribbing. So you can get the same textile combination, which I think would be great on this. But both of these are longer than the original Chicago. So now you want it back, Alex?
Oh, maybe. I do always wear it when I'm there, so.
Yeah, it's great. Okay, so that, excuse me.
We do have a promotion going on with these Vale kit fabrics. So if you buy 3 yards of any of these coat fabrics that we have today on the wall as part of the So Confident Project lineup sale, then you get yardage for the rib knit for free. So 3 yards is what you need for the Vale coat. So if you buy enough yardage for the Vale coat from the wall here that's behind Linda, then you get the yardage for rib knit for free.
Which is 5/8 of a yard. Yeah. Okay, well, let's talk about the fabrics. This is a combination of solid knits and ribbings. So let's start here. Here's a beautiful jersey knit. You can always tell a jersey because it curls. And in a dark hunter green. This is a, excuse me, russet ribbing. It can go with a lot of things, actually. This is what was used on Erin's brown coat. We are out of the brown. This is a charcoal knit that's actually quite interesting. It's kind of a light ponte weight, and it looks like a ponte on one side, and there's a little different texture on the other side, very subtle. You wouldn't even know the difference unless you really inspected it. But you can have a combination of gray, but I think this would be pretty on the charcoal as well. Of course, we have black, and we have black ribbing. So you can have a solid black. This is a lightweight, very lightweight ponte in black. So this is a little bit of a, this has a vertical texture to it. It looks solid, but when you inspect it really closely, there is a little bit of a texture to it. Here's a lightweight. I think this is a beautiful color of blue, kind of a blueberry blue. This is, this would be for the coat. This heather gray. If I'm going to do gray, I want to do heather. Both of these would look good with the black ribbing or the charcoal ribbing, charcoal and gray, or charcoal ribbing on the blue or black, either one. Depends on how much contour you, contrast you want. So these are the pieces that we think have a great combination of solid and ribbing. And remember, as we said, if you order 3 yards of any of these solids, you're going to get the ribbing. So those are the fabrics for the Vale coat.
We have a couple questions about the fabric while we're here. So is the brown coat ponte knit?
Yes, it is. It's a light ponte. We have a couple of weights of ponte, regular ponte weight and the lighter weight. And we've been using the lighter weight more recently for some reason, whether it's the styles that we're making or what, I'm not sure. But yes, this is a ponte knit.
And can you talk a little bit about shortening the sleeves? The original black one has the original sleeves on the pattern. This brown one, I believe the sleeves were shortened slightly. So you can choose to either lengthen or shorten your sleeves, but
you know, we didn't do anything for this one. This is the original, I think. Let me look here, make sure I'm saying the right thing. Okay, original black. We have shortened, it's a very long sleeve. So we've shortened the sleeve and the cuff. And I noticed that this was rolled up, and Erin is broad-shouldered, long-armed, and she still rolled this up. So everything can be shortened or lengthened, whichever you choose.
All right.
I want to interrupt here for just a second and do a little slight off topic. I have a couple of things from my stash I want to talk about. And one of them is a dark brown texture, and it's 3 yards. So it would make a Vale coat for someone. 3 yards at $40. The next one is, I want to look here a minute. Yeah, there's definitely a right and wrong side to this. That's what I wanted to check. And then I have a piece of 1 3/4 yard. As I recall, this is linen, but I love the texture of it. And I also love the fact that it's very reversible and changes tone slightly. So the textures on both sides are the same, kind of like a homespun, but it's 1 3/4 yards for $25. So email me if you're interested in either one of those, and the first one who emails me gets the fabric. Okay.
All right, so I think now we're gonna just go through briefly again this presentation, and then Linda, you're gonna show the full project lineup for 2026 and what we have on deck for the year.
Right.
So just as a reminder, we have a totally new website for Sew Confident. There's our normal website, sewingworkshop.com. That will stay the same. You will have your accounts, your orders, everything still exists within sewingworkshop.com. But for this Sew Confident and all Sew Confidence moving forward, we are using our new website, sewconfident.sewingworkshop.com. So that is the new website, and this is what the homepage looks like. So if you're at sewconfident.sewingworkshop.com, you're going to see this green bar at the top. You're then going to see a sign in button on the top right, and you can scroll on this page and see all the details for Sew Confident and get a closer look at our memberships. So just as a reminder, again, this is the new website to purchase, log in, and access your Sew Confident materials. This is what you can expect every month as a Sew Confident member. So if you are a Savvy or Elite member, you will get a free pattern each month. If you're a basic member, which is $5 a month, you're going to get discounted patterns on certain basic patterns that we've selected as a program throughout the year. Every month, you're going to get members-only community options, which include a Facebook page and an internal community. Every month, you're going to have access to your discounts on fabrics, patterns, and kits. Your discount depends on which membership you have. Every month, you're getting a live Q&A, and every month, you're getting also a live project launch. So there are 2 live Q&A opportunities each month. And every month you're getting access to what's called a resource library, which is video and PDF content. It changes monthly as the projects change. And that's what you get access to every month as a Sew Confident member. So let's again talk through the details of what these monthly perks look like. So free patterns. We are including the patterns as part of your Sew Confident membership this year. So as long as you have your membership, you have your free patterns. If you're an Elite member, you get free patterns for the whole year. The Elite membership is our annual membership option. So if you sign up for Savvy and Elite, you get these free patterns. And this month, it's all about the Vale coat that Linda just talked about. Another monthly perk is our live project launches. Think of these as our educational project launches, a live video with our team where we're going to walk you through the steps, the techniques, the kits, the fabrics, the tips, the tricks, live with you each month. So our first one is coming up in January for the On Day. And so this will be a live class that will be recorded and put in your course page. And you can watch that anytime you want when it's downloaded. So this live project launch is something you can access and get educational content each month for every project we're doing every month. Every month you're going to get a live Q&A. So we will be there with you to help you when you get stuck, to share inspiration. We've done a lot of show and tells the last couple of years, which is really fun. So that's what our Q&A looks like. And every month you're getting access to a resource library that's very, very easy to use, very organized, curated for each month. So even right now with our Vale coat, we have a resource library for you that's all about knits. We have a couple new fashion fitting technique videos that Linda and I have filmed that you can have access to right now. These are new resources that we've filmed just for this year and we'll be releasing as the year goes on. So just think of the resource library as all of our educational content that we have provided and will continue to provide to you all in one easy to use, organized space. So pattern lineup, that's what Linda's going to go through here. So for the whole year of 2026, if you join as an Elite member today or in January, you're going to get 9 vault patterns, 3 existing patterns with variations. These 12 patterns and projects will include, of course, our illustrations and instructions. They're updated as needed if you perhaps have an old vault pattern or perhaps even have an existing pattern, we take our time to make sure we provide, the best pattern content possible. So we also will be offering extended sizes in these patterns. There's one in particular that we probably won't because it's large by nature. And just to note, it's subject to change as we love the flexibility of seeing something new. But this is our pattern lineup for the year, which includes 12 different things throughout the year. So before I get into membership tiers, Linda, do you want to show off some of those projects?
Sure, I'd love to. Well, I have actual garments of the first 6 months, and then I can tell you what is happening or what patterns we're using for the last 6 months. I don't have garments for every single one of them, but I'll show you the first 6 months. And the very first project is the on-day jacket. And I have the on-day jacket on in just a nice little tweed fabric. This is the length of it in the pattern. This is just made like the pattern. The only difference is this one is lined, and there is no lining in the instructions for the on-day, but there, of course, we have a tutorial on bagging the lining, which will go along with this. But the way we're going to style this is longer, and we're going to mix it with faux leather. You saw a picture a couple of slides ago of Erin with her hand in the pocket, and you could see that it was the wool and rayon boucle combination with the faux leather. So we have various colors of that, but let me show you a longer on day. So we're going to lengthen it. And the faux leather parts will be the collar, the side panels, the underarm. It's a two-piece sleeve, so the bottom part of the sleeve will be faux leather. And we're going to trim the pocket in faux leather. So we're going to teach you how to, of course, lengthen the pattern. I can't tell you how much longer this is than the original, honestly, but we'll tell you. And then we're going to teach you how to do a rolled edge on this pocket edge in the faux leather. We're going to teach you how to sew something like faux leather to a textured fabric, which may or may not be easy depending on pressure feed, the machine you have, and all of that. But we're going to give you all those options. What else are we going to teach you? I think that's about it, actually. So, but I'll be talking about fitting at the beginning of the tutorial and what size and how to measure it so that you can select the right size. But that's a longer one. One of my favorites is simply black. This is all the same fabric. It doesn't have the faux leather on it. But I remember wearing this jacket on our very first London textile tour. And it was kind of it wasn't a cold trip, but it was definitely cold enough for jackets. So I wore a sweater and a little kind of knit t-shirt underneath it. And then I wore this jacket. I also had a raincoat with me if I needed it. I think I wore it a couple of times. But this is a great jacket to just throw over a lot of things. It's generous through here, so you can get it on over a sweater if you need the warmth, or you can wear it over a t-shirt like what I have on. Well, there's how much we've lengthened it right there, about 5 inches. So that's the on-day. Let me show you the kit colors that we have. We have 5 colors. We have black knit, and black faux leather. We have a charcoal gray. I hope you can see this. And the kit will come with the faux leather and buttons and thread. Deb does a great job in choosing buttons. This is the ivory, which I think is stunning. slightly different tone, but very coordinated. We have a beautiful green. This might have to be my color with the faux leather. This is the faux leather has some of them have kind of a suede side to them. This green one in particular. And then we have navy. A beautiful, not deep navy, but definitely blue with the coordinating faux leather. Plus the black. I think I said that, but 5 colors. And Alex, when will the kits be available?
They will be available January 1st.
Okay.
For So Confident members.
Okay, great.
So what fabric is the black jacket that's behind you?
That is like a textured wool. There's a little bit of texture to it. Maybe you can see it. I don't know. But it is wool.
And project jackets, I think they probably mean the onday. The fabrics again for the kit are what?
Oh, for the black? It's a black lightweight ponte. It's not that. That's a pretty old jacket. We don't have that fabric anymore.
All right. So what are some next projects coming up after the onday?
Okay. So the next project is, I have to get myself sorted out here. The next project, we're working with the urban t-shirt. I happen to really love this t-shirt. I make it without the flange and without the pocket. And it's just a great, simple, standard t-shirt. So we're going to teach you how to find the center front of this and delete the flange and the pocket, reshape the neckline a little bit. We're also going to color block it and add a cowl. And when I say cowl, I don't mean a big folded droopy cowl. This is a binding that is just wider, basically. But isn't this cool with the color blocking? So it hardly looks like the same t-shirt, but it has that great fit. So that's February. So March is working with the urban pattern also. So once, let's see, can't remember whether we have this as a printed pattern still or not. I don't think we do. So it is 2 patterns. It's a top and a bottom. Now, this is another one of our patterns that doesn't have a side seam. So we're going to teach you how to work with that in terms of fitting. And then it does have a seam down here and an opening with a loop and button. It has a flat waistband, elastic in the back. So I'm going to go into, in this tutorial, a lot about fitting pants. We have 3 pants patterns in the 2026 lineup. This one is the only one that doesn't have a side seam, but I am going to talk about pants fitting throughout the year quite a bit. We have not decided yet on whether it stays or goes, changes. That's one of the details that we're working on as we speak. So that's March. April is the Balboa. This is the one that Alex was referring to. This is one of her favorite patterns. She wears the long version a lot. But you can see it has various segments to it. 1, 2, 3 has this interesting sleeve. But what we're going to do to this is add some embellishments to this. So for those of you who like that project that has a little bit of creative surface to it, we're going to do that to this pattern. Let's see, that's the first 3, January, February, March. April is working with a pattern that we've had for a long time, but we never talk about it. And that is the Sandra Betsina skirt. Sandra sent us this pattern. We're going to do some color blocking with it. But one of the things I love most about this pattern is that it has a really interesting, where is it here? Yeah, maybe I'll show it in this so you can see it, not black. Yeah. Can you see the shape of the under panel underlay? It's sewn into the right side seam. And so it's a wrap, but it's never going to open and expose anything. So Sandra Betsina's skirt is coming. That's April. May is taking the Alex top and making it into a long tunic or dress and featuring this center panel. This has what I call a cowl. Definitely bigger. Also in a knit. And June, I've got to see what June is. Can you tell me what June is?
April is the Balboa. May is the Sandra Betsina. June is the Alex. July is the Mimosa.
Yeah, okay. So July is the Mimosa top, which is a sleeveless top. We're going to talk about adding a sleeve, lengthening it into more of a tunic length. We're going to take in all these patterns and we're going to do something with them, or we know you're going to learn something along the way. August is the Hollywood pants. And the Hollywood pants are the only real trouser that we have, which has a fly front, which you're going to learn how to do. This is the simplest method on earth. We learned that from Sandra Betsina. And pockets, of course, in the front, welt pockets in the back. It's a full pant in the hip, but only so that the pleats can relax. And then the legs taper a bit. September is the Bristol. I don't think we've decided exactly what we're going to do with the Bristol. Have we, Alex?
Not exactly, no.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. October is the Helix top, which is interesting because it is like a pattern shape you've never seen. It's like a big rectangle that gets sewn to another rectangle, and then it looks like it twists. We'll be doing something fun, I think, with fabrications on that, and how to alter it, how to lengthen and shorten it, because the shapes are so different that you don't know how to do that on your own. Well, maybe you do, but we'll help you along the way. And then in November, we have the Icon shirt, which I think we're going to make as a vest at this point. And December is a much loved Nico jacket. Every time people come to Sew Kansas, they go to the vault, they pull up a Nico, they bring it up, and they say, why don't you have this as a pattern? So we're going to have it as a pattern. It's a great universal jacket.
Would you have a pattern that you're most excited about?
Well, I love that Icon shirt. You're asking me which is my favorite?
Mm-hmm.
Or what? Yeah, the Icon shirt is a favorite of mine. The Bristol's a favorite of mine. I made a bunch of Nicos at the time. So that's going to be nice because, again, that's going to be a jacket that's going to go over a lot of things. It'll go over the mimosa, the Bristol, the Icon. So it's a great universal jacket. It does have 2 different shapes to it. We'll be choosing one or the other. I don't think we've decided that yet. So we're still working on the second half of the year. We know the patterns at this point, but as Alex said, we're asking for permission to change our minds.
So just a couple questions that came up when you're talking about the projects. Can we see the Ande coat, the Ande jacket fabrics again, the kits?
Sure. I don't have a black one cut yet. I thought maybe you could imagine that. But we do have the blue. We have a green. We have the ivory. And Deb has reminded me that this is the color of the year. And I think this would be pretty stunning, I have to say. I'm trying to decide which one I'm going to make. I don't know, that ivory is kind of speaking to me. And we have charcoal.
At this point, we are not going to sell the faux leather by itself. Our priority is kits, but down the line, it would be something we would.
Yeah, it depends on how well the kits go, how much yardage we have. We think we have plenty of yardage of both the boucle and the faux leather for the kits, but you never know. So we'll see. But she's right. We're not selling the faux leather at this point individually.
Is it possible to see a Nico jacket?
Yes. Erin's going to bring me one. This is in a knit. You can make it in a knit or a woven. I don't know how many times I've mentioned knit today. We're all about knits, I guess. But this is the Nico jacket. And this is one variation with the squared off bottom. There's another variation of a curve. But it does have this interesting sort of Asian style lapel to it. I've done Nico jackets where the lapel has been contrasted. But there it is. And again, generous for sweaters and wearing over other things. Years ago, Threads was doing a sort of designer, I don't know what they called it, I can't remember, but they chose 3 designer sewers. I was one of them. And they gave us a scenario, and we had to choose patterns. They provided the fabric. So I chose the Nico, the Hong Kong, and I've forgotten what on the bottom. And they sent me some raw silk, very rough. They sent me some sort of shiny matelassé and something else, can't remember. So I made a Nico jacket. Oh, and our scenario was that we were having a business meeting in China, and we were getting in a cab and going to a dinner. So we had to be able to change the outfits in the cab or make them look different. So I made a Nico jacket in the raw silk. I made the vest in the matelassé with a zipper so I could get out of it without undressing. Pants-wise, I wish I could remember. Point is, I go to whatever show it was, and the 3 of us showed up, and we were supposed to show our ensembles. I had used the fabrics just as they were, made garments pretty standard, added a few zippers and this and that. Well, one of the designers took that raw silk and pulled threads out of it, made a plaid burnout kind of looking thing, and then used the threads or the yarns from the raw silk to make a new fabric. And I thought, boy, mine was kind of a simple approach. And then another designer totally appliqued every inch of the raw silk with some additional fabrics plus the fabric that had been sent to her. It was really interesting. So, you know, creativity comes in a lot of ways, except for me. I just love fabric, you know, and if I see a fabric in a pattern or a texture that I really like, I'm probably going to use it like that.
So let me go through the tiers, and I'm going to go through a couple of things on the new site so that you guys can feel comfortable with this new platform. So just as a reminder, we do have 3 different membership tiers. The first one is basic. So this is perfect for the beginning garment sewer. It's $5 a month. Savvy is our monthly pricing option where you have almost all membership perks. And this is $35 a month. The Savvy level, you can pick and choose the month, but you cannot pick and choose the pattern. The free patterns that you get each month are part of our program lineup that we've gone through today. The Elite membership is our annual price point. This is $395 for the year. You have full unlimited access all year long. It renews every year, and you have the best overall value and all of the program benefits. So here is our chart. Oh, sorry, I have one more slide. Here's sort of what I like to call the 5 pillars of Sew Confidence, similar to what I described earlier with what you get each month, but truly with these 5 perks, this is what you get every month you join as a Sew Confident member, specifically for Savvy and Elite. So we have this really easy to use site. I've just gotten such great feedback from customers, as I knew we would, in how easy it is to use and find things and logging in and getting to where things are. It's just such a nice, it's aesthetically pleasing. It's very nice. So you get this organized site. Every month you get a free pattern from Savvy and Elite. Every month you have your live project launch and a live Q&A Zoom. At Savvy and Elite, you have your great resource library and you have your discount code access. So you can join here at sewconfident.sewingworkshop.com. And if you are an existing member, don't forget to use your discount code in your course page, because that will give you 10% off our annual membership price, which is the Elite membership. So I've got 4 steps for you guys. All you have to do is remember 4 things when it comes to how you join, how you access the new site. So just remember, we have a brand new site, and you have everything will stay the same at sewingworkshop.com. But if you want to join Sew Confident, our site is called sewconfident.sewingworkshop.com. So you can visit this new website at sewconfident.sewingworkshop.com. The second step, choose your membership tier, basic, savvy, or elite. Number 3 is where you're going to check out. So this is where you're going to insert your payment method, decide which one you're choosing. And if you are choosing elite, you will then put your discount code in as an existing member in the area where it says have a discount, have a coupon, ? You'll put your code in there and proceed to check out. From there, you have instant access to your personal Sew Confident account and all of your membership perks. This is where you will log in every single time. So I'm actually going to show you guys this right here, right now, live and in action. So let me get to my screen share screen. And let me get rid of you, Linda. Sorry.
Okay.
Let me just make another one. Hold on. Okay. So new website, sewconfident.sewingworkshop.com. And if I'm ready to purchase, then I am going to, I perhaps might browse the site. I can see here, I can click on plans and pricing, join today. There's lots of different ways I could click to find where I want to choose to join. Here's the membership options: basic, savvy, or elite. So let's say I want to go with elite. I like the value. I want all the perks. I know that it's full access all year. It makes it a great monthly price. You're saving money throughout the year. So elite's the way I'm going to go. I can read here a little bit more about elite. I can see that I can read all of the perks. So I'm ready to go. I'm going to click on this button here where I'm billed annually at $395. So I click on this button, and this is my checkout page. Now, if I'm an existing member, then I'm going to scroll down a little bit, and I see that this elite membership is a subscription. I'm going to be charged $395 every year as a reoccurring membership. My total is $395, and I see that I'm going to be billed $395 if I want to join elite. Here is where I click have a coupon right here at the bottom under that total, and that coupon bar will pop up. This is where I enter that code as an existing member, and I would type that code in and click apply. Once I click apply, that total will change, and I should see that my total would go down to $355.50. So you're saving 10%, and I will see my new total be reflected here. So that's how I access my coupon code. Then from here, I just proceed with the checkout process. I'm going to create an account using whatever email I desire. So you enter an email address of your preference. I enter my first name, my last name, my address, and from there, I enter a payment method. So I simply enter credit card, expiration date, security code, press complete purchase, and from there, I have access to So Confident. You'll get a series of, I think, 4 emails, one with your order receipt, one with a welcome to the So Confident community, and a couple others introducing you to the program, the video resources that you can watch that help you access your files, and that will come instantly to your inbox. And from there, you can start looking at the course page. So let me see if there are any questions about that or anything else. Betsy, should I go through what the course page looks like?
Yeah, I think that would be nice.
Okay.
People can see it.
Would you mind asking Linda questions, and then I'll get my screen ready?
Oh, sure. Sure. Janet asked about some So Confident details, and I just emailed you, so you can see that in your email. And also it is in the chat too if you want to look below. Are the patterns we get as So Confident members PDF? Yes. Yes, they are. What is the fabric on Linda's on-day jacket that she is wearing?
It is just kind of a mixed tweed, long gone. I don't know what the fiber is, probably rayon and cotton and something else, but I can't remember.
This is kind of an Alex question. If you join this year as an elite member, but next year you do not join, do you lose access to the lessons?
So everything in your course page is downloadable. So you have access to all of the perks as long as you're a member. But if we are saying here with our monthly memberships, even the annual memberships, to download all your content. So the Vale coat pattern, we're asking you to download that. The on-day coat will ask you to download, and anything in your resource library, go ahead and download just so it's on your device. You can rewatch it and have access to it at any time, because the content does change every month, and we do allow people to join any month. So that's why we do that. But we always, even with our previous So Confident, we've always asked with our So Confident Sewing Workshop accounts, in your account files, in your account orders. Download things just so you guys have it. So yes, you have access to it as long as you want, and we just ask you to download it.
There's a question. What if we forgot to enter our coupon code? Email Alex, and her email is alex@sewingworkshop.com, and we will get that sorted out for you. And can you upgrade during the year if you like it? Of course you can.
Of course. All right, so let me show you guys a little bit about what this program looks like when you sign up. So Linda, you're going to disappear again. Let me get this back up. Okay, so this is what it looks like when you have purchased your So Confident membership and you are logged into your account. And the way you log into your account is by going over to that screen where it would have said sign in. You're going to enter that email that you used at checkout, and it would have asked you to create a password after you purchased your membership. So your email and password that you entered at checkout is what you use now to log in always to soconfident.sewingworkshop.com. So I am now logged in. So this makes it kind of fun because it has your name and probably your initial from your last name here. I've entered a little picture so that I know it's me, just in case I forget. There's a little bell. There's something that is called My Dashboard, and of course my name. And I can see this little drop down arrow. So from here, because I'm an admin, the first thing I see is admin. But for you, you will not see admin. So the first thing you'll see is my account, support, and sign out. So you can go into my account. This is where you can update your email or password, your billing info, if your credit card expires, your notification preferences. You can add a picture just like I did, those kinds of things. Support emails me directly to my email. And if you want to sign out, maybe you're on a device that you're unfamiliar with, you can sign out here. The important bit is my dashboard. So if you click on my dashboard, and again, it's probably slightly confusing because I am admin, so I get the glory of being able to see and have access to all of the courses. But the important thing is the interface and how things look, so bear with me here. It says, welcome back, Alex W. So it'll say your name, whatever your name is. And then below here, it says my courses. Now, for you, whatever course you purchased is, of course, what course that will show up here. So if I purchased Elite membership only, under my courses, only Elite membership is going to show up. If I purchased Savvy membership is going to show up. If I purchased Basic will show up. You're not going to see all three, just me. So your courses will show up here. If I scroll down a little bit more, I'm now also going to see my communities. This is the So Confident community. This is the built-in community platform that we've been talking about as part of a perk of So Confident. We also have the Facebook group still, but it's been really fun to already see the engagement for every member in this So Confident community portal. There are already people getting started on projects, asking questions, getting to know each other. You can still post pictures, all that kind of great stuff. So this is built in and part of your membership for every membership tier. So if we scroll up and we want to access whatever is in our course, maybe we want to download the Vale coat pattern. I'm an Elite member. I used my discount code. Elite membership is going to show up in my courses. I'm just going to click here on the green box and get going. So here is what the page now looks like when I click on Elite membership. So the first thing I see is the first chapter. On the left side of the screen, there's things called chapters and lessons, and there are lots of different chapters and lessons within your membership. So as an Elite member, this is the curriculum for this membership type. I have a lot of different chapters. I have Elite membership basics, the free December pattern, the Vale coat, the free pattern, the on-day coat, the monthly kit. All of your perks are listed here on the left side of the screen. Now I'm on a laptop. Some of you might be on iPads or phones. So sometimes it looks like a little hamburger that you have to open up but this is what it would look like on a laptop. These chapters will pop up on the left-hand side. They're gray. Once you click on the chapters, lessons will pop up underneath. So if I want to download my free December pattern, I'm going to click on this chapter, the free December pattern, the Vale coat, and I can see that a couple lessons pop up, and I can click on download this month's pattern. Once I click on that, I can see that here are my files where I can easily see by clicking on this, I can download them. When I download them, they're going to download to my device, which for me is my laptop, and I can access them anytime. So also, if you want your Vale coat printed, we still offer our in-house printing service. I have a little prompt up here for printing your pattern. So click here to print your pattern, and you just have to select the Vale coat to print it. And our price for that is the price for printing plus shipping. So that is how I would download the Vale coat. And the same is true for accessing each chapter for every perk. I can click on the monthly kit and shop the kit. I can click on the monthly live project Zooms and see all of the Zooms in here as an elite member. I can click on the resource library and see all of our resources. I can also get a lot of good information on the basics by clicking on Elite Membership Basics. So there's tips, there's resources, there's videos on getting to know your membership. So a lot of really helpful things in here. And if I want to go back out of this and go back to my community or go back to the other screen, there's something up here that says go to dashboard. Remember that those words that said my dashboard here at the top. This is your student dashboard. So I can just go back to here and scroll down, go into my community, or access something else. So that is an inside look at what it looks like to be a So Confident member this year.
This may be a dumb question, Alex, but if I'm creating a password on this separate website, so to speak, can it be the same password as I use on my regular website?
Good question, and it can. You can use your same, what we ask on this new site is for an email. So you can use whatever email you choose, and then your password can be the same as sewingworkshop.com if you choose, whatever password you like. And no, Kathy Jones, it is not too late to sign up for So Confident. You can still join. Join us at soconfident.sewingworkshop.com. Okay. Yeah, you can, as a savvy member or a basic member, you can hop on and off. You shouldn't have to create a new password. You could use the same password and email, but you'd still have to go through that checkout process each month. All right. Linda, can you say again what the fabric is on your on-day that you're wearing?
Well, I wish I could tell you. It's just simply a mixed fiber tweed. And I don't remember the exact fibers, but it's probably rayon and cotton and maybe something else. It's just a nice overall tweed.
Okay. Well, thanks for hanging with us, everyone. We appreciate it. We're happy to show you all what's coming up for So Confident.
You may want to mention, Alex, that we do have the 20% discount site-wide.
Yes. We have a New Year's sale. Thank you for the reminder. So many things today. We have a site-wide New Year's sale for you guys. So it's 20% off site-wide. So enjoy that.
Except for events and gift cards. But yeah, everything else.
Yeah. And that's just automatically applied at checkout. You don't have to do anything for it or enter a code or anything. It's just already there for you. So Happy New Year from us to you and us at the Sewing Workshop. Thank you so much for being with us this year. and every year prior and every year in the future. We appreciate you guys.